Hi, everyone. My name is Regina Zernay, and this is Gear Talk with the High Rollers. Hey, everybody. Today, we are going to talk about gear you can use if you're playing a small outdoor space that doesn't have any gear already. Lamar, for a space like that, what would you normally bring? What do you plan on bringing that Sunday?
Well, I'm not a percussionist really, so it's drums are drums. A bass drum alone is a big instrument, but a space like that is not that big a deal. A bass drum, a snare, a couple little toms, and then maybe just a hi-hat and a ride, which sounds like a lot, but it's not. I mean, but it'll be fine. It'll get the job done, so it'll be great.
It's a small space, so sometimes volume's an issue. How do you control volume when you're using an acoustic kit?
Uh, well, I mean, I'm just very good at that anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I mean, I can playing soft or loud doesn't really matter to me. I mean, because I practice that way or whatever. So, I mean, everybody can't do that, I guess. I mean, I don't have any control issues because I don't, I like to blend in with the band. So, I know how to play soft. I know how to play loud. So, I work on it. That's the only way you're gonna have to learn how to do it is if you practice that way. So
Now,
that's all I can say.
is it easier to do an electronic kit for situations like that, or is that not your preference?
Electronic kits live are they're terrible. I mean, yeah, they're just that. Yeah, that's way more work. I mean, it's easier just to learn how to play soft or play loud or whatever, and notice the room, I guess, or whatever. I mean, but it's outside, so it's not that big a deal either way. But electronic kits are terrible. I mean, they're the greatest thing in the world for practicing, for actually recording, but for a live situation, yeah, I mean, they sound terrible. It's just so much work. It's not to me, it's not worth it. And I've tried to do it before. I mean, as you see, I don't know how well you can see right here, but I have a monster electronic kit. I do know how to play them. They're just yeah, for a live gig, just take a little bass drum, snare drum, you'll be fine. So.
Awesome. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if any of you make or sell electronic kits and you're looking for advice about an electronic kit that may actually be great, get in touch with Lamar Little because I think that he could probably give you some tips, right, Lamar?
Sure.
I'm totally putting you on the spot.
Yeah, yeah, it's fine.
You're probably saying, "Why? Why did I agree to do this
It's
talk
called Chat
today?"
GTP. You can learn more about Chat GTP to tell you what to do than I can do, but
He's being
sure,
modest,
call me.
guys.
I'll tell you what to do. It's fine. It's good, man.
Okay, so Raoul, you're a lead guitar player. What do you have to say about bringing gear? What gear would you recommend for something like this show?
A low volume gig, the easiest, simple, lowest volume thing you can bring is just an acoustic guitar. That's it. And no amp, nothing like that. And that might be the best thing for this gig. We'll see. Especially if there's no PA there, right? So you're going to be singing without a mic. So I think just a good old fashioned either nylon or steel string acoustic would probably be best. Pretty much what I brought to the House of Blues when we played there last time. Uh, if there is a small PA there, I could bring a modeler, like the modeler that I brought to the House of Blues, and plug right into the PA, and you can get a few effects that way, some compression. That would help. That helps a little bit too. Um, if it's warranted, you could bring a small amp and just plug into that. Like when I say small amp, I have a Blues Junior that I bring, which is about this big. Not that big, but it's a little bit of a misnomer because that Blues Junior can get pretty darn loud if you crank it. So even though it's small, it's a pretty mighty amp. So in the case of this upcoming gig for us, I'm thinking maybe just the acoustic will probably work. What do you think, Regina? You think that's the
Well,
best?
how about I throw something into the mix? I have
Okay.
a powered speaker. I think it's an
Okay.
EV, and I love it. Whatever it is, I love it. I'm pretty sure it's an EV. It's got two XLR quarter-inch inputs. So you're right.
Okay.
I'm doing two things. I'll have two inputs myself. It would be bass and it would be vocals, but it will give us a little bit more volume. That way, we have some freedom in terms of like
Okay.
adjusting sound and levels so everyone doesn't have to come down to a singer without a PA speaker. If
Okay.
I were to do that, um, I was considering a couple of options and I wanted to get your thoughts. So Raul, you mentioned you have a modeler. So you'd bring the modeler and just run that into one of the XLR inputs in that speaker. Is that right?
Yeah, if you have an extra input, yeah, we could absolutely do that. And the modeler is not very big, so that's good. It won't take up a ton of room, and I could absolutely do that. If you have an extra input, you said you need one for bass and vocal, right? So do you have a third one for the
Oh,
guitar,
that
possibly?
That's the other thing I was going to say. Seems to me if we were doing that, I'd probably need to bring some kind of a mixing board. And I have
Yeah.
two options. I have this very, very small mixing board. So small, in fact, I could probably just run my two inputs into it and take up one of the XLRs, and then I'd give you the other XLR. But
Okay.
because it's small and it's not super fancy, I'm not sure if it's going to be an audio issue. I have a much bigger mixing board that sounds better and can take all of the inputs and then just run that in left and right into the powered PA speaker. In your experience, what would you say is the better choice?
I would say I would love to be able to plug in a modeler. I think that would be the best way to go. If you need to run a submix like with your mixing board, I think that would work too. It um depends on like if you want me to do backup vocals with you, then of course you need another XLR for that. So, but one XLR is all I really need. If if
Ah,
you don't if you don't want me to run purely acoustic.
Hey, the last few like tours that I've done, guitar players and stuff, they don't really bring amps anymore anyway. Even
That's
in
right.
big venues, they just plug into the PA and they have their little boards and stuff. I mean, so this is not like this. I mean, he doesn't have to bring acoustic. He can bring the electric and it'd be fine because
Yeah,
it's just about
that's right.
volume. But they want to they have more stage now instead of having all those giant amps on stage. They don't do that anymore. They just plug in straight to the PA and then let a sound man take over whatever. So yeah,
Yeah,
this is normal, really, you know.
that's
So
exactly right. That's what I did at the Viper Room. That's what I did
yeah,
at the
yeah.
Whiskey. And it's really nice because I don't have to carry like a little speaker. I just walk in with my guitar and my modeler again, which is like, this big, right? And it
ah,
sounds great. And I can be set up in a few minutes. In
Well,
fact,
I
I
can't set
remember.
up in 5 minutes, but okay. Now
Yeah.
you hurt my feelings. You don't have to carry any equipment. That's
Well,
great. Yeah.
actually, Lamar, I do
Yeah.
remember at the Viper Room when we played there, and I
Yeah.
set up, and I looked around, and you both were still setting up, and I was a little
Yeah.
smug, going, "Hey, look at me! I'm just warming up. I'm all
Yeah.
ready to go." And you're right about the sound person because the sound person came up to me and said, "Hey, are you gonna plug into one of these amps back here?" And I said, "No, just plug into the modeler." And I
Yeah.
could tell he was visibly relieved, like,
Yeah.
oh, I just have to plug into here. He dialed in my sound. It took him like a few
Yeah.
seconds, and it's convenient for everybody, you know. So I mean, I would prefer to just do that, frankly.
Mm. Well, guys, there you have it. If you're playing a small outdoor venue and there is no gear, these are the options you can pick from. I'm sure there are others too. So if you have other suggestions, let us know. In fact, like I said, we're playing at Cavett Cafe and Hypersound Gallery in Eagle Rock on July 26th, which is a Sunday. We start around noon. So come on out, see what we ended up deciding to use for the show, and then let us know what it is that you think you would have used. Okay, well, I'm Regina Zernay. This is Raoul Ranoa. Lamar Little, and we're the High Rollers. We will see you on July 26th.